Hello everybody, it's Calxiyn here, and today we are playing RWBY Eclipse.
Again.
God
damn,
so
this
our
game
video,
is not good enough to play
the
it
game
this much.
crashed apparently, which sucks. Our recording also died, so that's kind of sad, but it's okay. And I hope that if you guys enjoy this video, you guys will join our Discord server or become patrons over on Patreon. So today we're going to be talking about Blake's interactions with Adam, and as I said, we just basically did this video, but we lost everything. So let's go again. So basically what I was saying is that I really like Blake's interactions with Adam. During even the last episode too, but mostly this episode. And so kind of what I wanted to say about them, I guess, is that I just really enjoyed their, I guess their dynamic, if that makes sense. So I like how they kind of made it so in every other line, Adam was really trying to intimidate Blake. Like basically every other line he was trying to say, oh, are you scared of me yet? Are you scared of me yet? Like, he really if you didn't notice, he wants her to be afraid of him. But obviously when that wasn't working, he was starting to get a little nervous, you know what I mean? And so I think that that shows a lot about Adam, just that he needs people to fear him in order for his plans to be effective. Like, that he isn't somebody that can really function on his own and on his own merit, that he needs fear in order to be in a position of power, to be a leader. And in the future, obviously, we need stuff to do during the hiatus. I would like to do an Adam leadership analysis, based on stuff I learned from when I was with the police people. But that's, like, way far in the future. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of think about that for a bit. And so I feel like that in that sense, I feel like that the interactions were very good between them. Like, I feel like that they were very nice and kind of showed how Adam is basically grabbing onto fear, that he needs this people to fear him in order to be strong and in order to be powerful, but he's not really, if that makes sense. And so I just feel like this is a really powerful moment for Blake too, because she's not letting him manipulate her at all, because he's trying to say stuff to get a reaction out of her, right? That's usually how these things work. Like, she's like
giving him that space to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And so when Adam is like, oh, like, you know, you're gonna be sorry you ever came back here, like, that's the time for Blake to say that, you know, like, that, oh, I'm not sorry, like, you're the one that's gonna be sorry, like, you know what I mean? But she doesn't even say that. She's like, listen, bud, the police are here, like, you're kind of screwed. And even in the line where Adam talks about, like, oh, do you always get your classmates to fight for you or whatever, then Sun kind of interferes with that. Like, it's more of a volunteer, yet, like, they're not giving him the time of day, and I really appreciate that, because I feel like that is the way to sort of deal with a situation like this, and I'll get into that more later, I guess. And so thinking about that more is that, yeah, I just really like how they were kind of acting, because obviously it was in character. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but I feel like this really fits Blake, and it really shows how strong Blake is. And not that Blake was really ever weak before, but you see that she has this great strength and great power. And she knows exactly what to do. Like, when Adam was trying to lure them away, she knew that right away, and so she didn't give him the satisfaction of following him or whatever. She was very thoughtful in her interactions, because it's easy to kind of snap back, you know what I mean? Like, it's very easy to snap back at somebody who is trying to get a rise out of you. And so, like, I'm pretty sure we've all done that before. But, like, a very weird example for me anyway. But I had, a while ago when the server first came out, I had this random person who basically made a bomb threat against the school that I went to. In high school,
yeah.
And they said
that guy was?
They were just a random online.
Okay.
The police said there was no, like, credible threat to the school. So basically he said, like, wear red tomorrow if you don't want to get shot, or like something stupid like that, right? But our high school had uniforms, so I thought it was a great idea to reply, our school has uniform, idiot. And the police officer said that, or saw that, because I had to show them all the messages, right? Because I was reporting it as an incident. And the police officer was like, listen, like, I get that you want to be, like, kind of a smartass with these stupid people, but don't do that next time. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, she didn't scold me or anything. Like, I think that she understood why I had done it, because it was kind of like a little like quip at him, right? And like that's something that I wanted to say, because I was like, haha, see, like you're no one, you know what I mean? But like in reality, that's dangerous. Don't do that. But yeah, don't do that. And so I've kind of made little quips like that, but obviously Blake is a lot more like, Blake would not say that her school wears uniforms in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, Blake's been very sort of level-headed and very thoughtful about all of her responses to make sure that she does not let Adam, you know, kind of get any sort of space. And she even says this, like, she says that she really has, like, more important things to do than deal with him being angsty. That's basically sort of what she says. And so I really just like that. And I think that, like RWBY has always been, and always, I think always will be, like, a show that is about, like, empowerment, and whether you want to say that's empowerment of girls or empowerment of, like, all types of people, to an extent. Obviously, you have 4 female main characters, so it'll get branded as a girl power show, regardless, but I think that this is really powerful in a way, because it's not only kind of, I think that it's definitely, like, on a basic level, it's, everybody can relate to being bullied by someone, and so I think that for high school kids that are watching this, or even younger, elementary school, it happens, I feel like that this kind of, like, Blake's example here will kind of show sort of how to deal with somebody that's like Adam, because I want to get more into this, but that's not their, like, their relationship isn't like classmate and like bully or anything, like that's not it, but I'm saying that if you as a person relate to Blake in some way, in your, that age, that is, I think, usually what you will be able to relate to easiest, is someone, you know, bullying you at school, because at the end of the day, that is, on a very basic level, it is bullying, it's harassment, right? And so, like, when people say bullying, they don't sound like it's, like, I don't know, like, some people don't sound like it's serious, if that makes sense. Like, bullying is basically just another word for in-school harassment. Or, like... Essentially, yeah. And so, I don't understand why people are like, oh, well, they're just bullying. It's not like it's against the law or anything, but harassment is against, like, against the law. You know, and that's what they call, all comes down, like, full circle, right? And so I feel like, for kids, this will be very helpful for them. But on a bigger level, obviously, their actual canon relationship is, an abusive ex-boyfriend situation, and I think that'll be very helpful, to an older demographic in terms of maybe teenagers, more so than elementary school kids. But what I mean by the bully thing is really that, kids of all ages can sort of, look at Blake and relate in some way. But I feel like that the strongest relation, or the strongest connection they'll be able to make towards her, if that makes sense, is if they have been, even in an abusive friendship, because I know that's a strange thing to say, and I feel like people don't talk about that enough, but your friends can be just as abusive towards you as a romantic partner. Don't say that! So. I mean, I know that you're kidding, but like...
Oh, no, I'm not.
I know that you're kidding, but I don't want them to think that, like, I'm, like, hurting you or anything. I care about you. I don't want you to...
I believe you've actually, filmed you hitting me on this channel before.
But that was an accident!
I mean, you put...
I elbowed you! It was an accident!
You put some gusto in it, is all I'm saying.
Okay. But yeah, so... I feel like that would be the more useful, because obviously that's their canon relationship, is, that Blake, was in an abusive, quote-unquote, romantic, or that they were dating, relationship, with Adam, instead of it just being an abusive friendship. Because obviously when you're in a relationship with someone, that adds a whole other layer, that you don't get with just being friends, in my opinion. And so I feel like that's really powerful. It kind of... I don't know, like, I feel like it empowers people that have, suffered, you know, some type of abuse, and it kind of, gives them, like, a very strong role model to look up to, like, whether that's a teenager or, like, an adolescent, I should say, like, I mean adolescent as in, like, university age. Would you agree with that, Hunter? You understand what I mean, right? I'm not saying that Adam's just a bully, you know what I mean? But I'm saying on a basic level, most kids, I hope, aren't in abusive relationships, and so kids that will watch the show will connect most with, like, Adam being a schoolyard bully more than the romantic
I'd hope
elements
that
per se.
not a lot of 12-year-olds
I know, that's what I'm hoping.
husbands.
I'm hoping too, but you know.
That'd be really fucked
never
up. And
know.
it's like, yeah, no, I'm actually on my second divorce, and they're 12.
Anyways, what do you have anything that you want to say?
No, other than it was just a really powerful scene. Not only that like she would defeat him, like, and fight him and beat him down, but she didn't even have to do that. She just had to say that you're not really
like,
worth my
she
time.
She doesn't need
and
to
that was
battle
more
him.
effective.
It's a mental. It's almost it's a personal win, right? You said that in our last recording. You know, it's a personal win for her more than anything.
You also called him a slut in the last.
I called him a slug.
A slug.
I was trying to explain something.
I totally know that you meant.
I
slug,
didn't.
And you totally edited yourself afterwards.
I didn't.
But I digress. Halfway through.
But yeah.
Slug.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel very empowered.
Don't slug shame
That's all
yourself.
I want. That's all I want to say. Like, I feel very, very empowered, and I feel like RWBY does a good job of that because you have sort of things from all angles. You have, like, abuse within a romantic relationship, and that's obviously the Adam Blake stuff. But you also have, like, an abusive parent, right, with Calxiyn. Then you sort of have the absent parent, the loving parents, the
cat
still
mom.
in your life
Everyone
but
has a cat
absent.
mom.
So like Ty,
demon mom that upon occasion kills people.
Anyways,
So.
yeah. So I feel like that RWBY does a good job of covering their bases, and I don't know. I feel like that Blake is gonna really help some people, and I feel like that the RWBY girls, to be honest, already have. But I feel like they're gonna help more people, and I just really appreciate that on Kirby's part.
Here's hoping for Neo round 2.
Oh my God, Hunter, that has nothing to do with this.
Entirely
this
unrelated.
is a very serious topic, and you
Entirely
keep trying to crack
unrelated.
jokes.
Entirely unrelated. Listen, right? I'm not the one that called him a slug.
I didn't do that in this, though. They never saw that. The only reason that they think that I did that is because of you.
Too,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that you could be making all of this up.
But you acknowledged it, but, you know, I could.
Whatever.
I could.
And so, what I'm saying, like, basically, in conclusion, I think their interactions are just, I don't know, they're really powerful. But, like, if you have been in a Blake type of situation before, like, I encourage you to kind of comment and kind of talk about how you felt about this.
Really? Okay. Share your abuse stories in the
comments. No,
comments.
that's not what I mean. I mean, like, if you have, like, a very strong opinion about it. Because I have been in that situation before, and so I'm talking from personal experience, but I'd rather not,
now you just
go into it if that's okay.
bring it up.
Yeah,
have
like,
it still be awkward.
I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't want y'all to know every facet of my life.
Are you positive? Because, you know, we have videos that would contradict this.
But, like, everybody, like, obviously everyone's gonna be in a different, like, gonna have a different opinion on whether this did, like, whether this was good representation, basically, if you want to call it that. Like, I think that it is, like, for my, like, the personal situation I went through. But you guys may not think so, and I'm kind of curious. I'm not saying, like, share your deepest secrets under your YouTube.
Go and shot the shot with
like,
a Beowulf.
Under your, like, YouTube name or whatever. Like, don't, you know, be safe. Don't go into anything that you don't want to. But I'm curious to see what other people think, because I can't just, like, go up in my Discord server and be like, hey, you know, like, who else was, like, you know, tormented by an ex-boyfriend and thinks that Blake's arc is great? You know, I don't want to be like that. So I'd rather, like, ask you guys in the video, what you guys, think exactly. And if you guys want to ask, like, more about, like, what I'm talking about, that's fine. That's fine, too. So, yeah. I feel like we're good.
I just like the fact that I'm able to, like, just...
You're so off topic all the time, but that's okay.
Anyways... No, being beat to shit by Yang in a corner and having no way to stop her is a metaphor for depression.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you guys should join our Discord server and become patrons over on Patreon. And so, yeah, I guess we see you later. Bye, guys.